Marty O'Donnell is obviously a legendary Halo composer, played a big part in the original Halo series. He is also running for Congress, and in doing so, it's funny because we were talking about this before the show. This idea of this LAN party actually originated on our show when we had Marty on. We thought it'd be really fun. I've wanted to do a LAN party for years. And Marty took it. He's like, hey, that'd be a really fun idea. So he has taken it and he actually wanted to make the LAN party happen. Cool. I was actually talking to him just a few weeks ago, and he had mentioned about doing it at HyperX Arena in Las Vegas. And we had talked just a little behind the scenes. We talked about potentially having it at Sin City, doing it before or after Sin City, maybe even doing it at the venue. But ultimately, he chose to pursue doing it at this HyperX Arena at the Luxor in Las Vegas. And apparently he had things pretty much signed and ready to go. But alas, they found out that he has the wrong thing. And ultimately, he has been canceled for that. Let's take a look at this.
One of the fun things we thought we would do is to do what they call a Halo LAN party. And for those of you out there who have some nostalgia going on, you remember being on the couch with your friends playing Halo split screen and with LAN cables in your basement or your house. We thought it'd be fun to bring that back again as part of my campaign.
Who plays like that?
But also
Sorry.
because it's the 25th.
I'm getting autism from the way the controller was moving. I really hate when people LARP like that. Like, who uses a controller like that?
I think
And you covered the logo.
Camera.
They covered the logo.
It's probably for camera angle and sponsor avoiding.
That is the answer.
That is
B-roll.
definitely the logical
This is
answer, but I have
B-roll.
autism, so
I know.
autism.
Okay. That's what you really need to take out of this was the controller.
Yes! Or else the
That's
thumb
right.
will just cover it.
25th anniversary of Halo Combat Evolved. So we talked to a place called HyperX here at the Luxor Hotel Casino in Las Vegas, where they put on events like this. And we had a great conversation with them for more than a month. A week ago, we had it was a little over a week ago, we had a really good Zoom call with about 4 people from the venue. And they were very excited, and we were going forward with it. And then all of a sudden, we got this strange lawyer-looking letter from them that said that they had to. So let me make sure I quote it correctly. They said they needed to reject.
This music is so intense.
Fucking fire.
Yeah. I feel like I'm about to go into Tron or whatever.
Yeah, man.
Our plans for using
He's going to go to
their
Plaid
venue
behind
for
him.
this fun,
You're right.
fan-oriented Halo event because of our political affiliations. And so that was quite a shock to us. Many things were happening at the same time. We had AOC talking about woke one being kind of crazy, and I'm like, at the same time she's talking about that, I feel like we're getting canceled by woke 2, whatever woke 2 might be, 2.0. I also got canceled from an invitation to go to a fan event up in Sacramento.
All right, we talked about that. Now, the actual email he shared online says this was the email that Allied Esports sent to us telling us we couldn't use the HyperX Arena for our event. First and foremost, we want to thank you for considering HyperX Arena Las Vegas for your upcoming event. I know that you were planning on walking the arena Friday. Unfortunately, after reviewing the proposed event, including the participating organizations, sponsors, and individuals associated with the program, we will not be able to accommodate your event at HyperX Arena Las Vegas. As a co-branded venue, we operate under extensive contractual requirements that place certain restrictions and approval requirements on events involving political and socially affiliated organizations and individuals. Based on the political affiliations associated with the event, we are unable to obtain approval from our contracted partners. The decision is based solely on the contractual obligations and venue requirements and should not be interpreted as a position by HyperX Arena Las Vegas or our staff regarding any individual organization, political party, or political viewpoint. I do apologize for the inconvenience this may have caused, but I do appreciate your interest in the venue and your understanding in this matter here. So it's a Republican event. And Allied Esports has very clearly said, we don't want you. We don't want you at our event here. Anyone here shocked by this, that they would be doing this here? Phoenix, Mitsu?
No.
Still a little.
No.
I'm a little. I was hoping we were past this, and that we could still move forward and have some sort of equivalency when it comes to these kinds of matters. But it feels like it's honestly getting a little bit worse and not better.
Correct.
So what do you think Marty does in this situation? They find another venue, and I go back to, you have these venues that they don't. This is, to be clear, this is legal discrimination. They absolutely can do this. And no, Marty cannot sue. It is a private place of business. This is legal discrimination. They're totally, this goes back to, hey, why don't you just bake the cake, right? Why don't you just bake the cake? Well, they have the right to refuse service to anybody, and they're doing so based off of his political affiliation. So you're dealing with this venue that's in Las Vegas. In a situation like this, the only real opportunity here is to build your own HyperX Esports Arena and do that. Now, once again, it just comes down to money, right? Time to talk about. But Phoenix, is that the only solution? Build your own?
I'm sure there's other solutions. I'm exhausted just saying the same thing over and over again. So I'll say it again. Is like, listen, for going on almost like literal decades, plural, I have been screaming this. And I will say that not many people, obviously our audience totally gets it. So this is not me wagging my finger at this audience, not in the least. But so many people don't get it. And I'll say like, hey, we need to start building. You start small, and of course, and then you also got to support that small thing. Obviously you can't keep comparing it to the big boys of entertainment or whatever. Obviously we're not going to be able to do that. We don't have the funding. We don't have the organization, but you got to start somewhere, and you really have to do your best to support it. I don't know how many times it's going to take. I'm confident the answer is it'll never happen. That this side of the aisle, many people on this side of the aisle, will ever hear it. They don't want to hear it. They just want to just focus on their things of making money and corporation, blah, blah, blah. And they don't want to invest in any art or culture. So I don't know how many times you have to like put a fork in a socket and get shocked every single time. And then just like, wait, I don't understand. Why isn't the world bending to me? Like, right. Well, yeah,
I understand everything that you're saying, but it's not like they publicly were saying we're not going to work with Republicans. This is something that came after they had been through the entire. There was no indicator at this point that this is how they thought. It's not like they
need to. Guys, I don't know what, there's communists in power. I don't know what time we all think it is. It's time to start building things. This shouldn't even have been an issue. It shouldn't be, I'm going anywhere. I'm going to make my own space, and we're all going to go to that space. Confirmed. I'm an extremist, so I'm going to work with these people here. Never. I want to now only work in a place that I have 100% control over, 100%. And that way, everyone that's on board knows that they're in a place that they're going to be accepted. The end. Because how many times have you seen this? Deal is like, hey, sign the deal. Everything's great. And then last minute, you're gone now. We don't want to work with you anymore because a little bit of pressure came, or a little bit of a boycott, or a little bit of whatever. You have to start putting that infrastructure in place. I don't know how many times we sit here and listen to the same story over and over again. Imagine if we had our own place. It's very simple.
Well, it makes me wonder if there's a place that they can get in contact with, because I think of somebody who might actually support this idea. And the first place that came to mind was Dana White and the UFC. They recently overhauled the Apex, where they hold their weekly fight nights. And as a result of that, it looks a lot more spacious. There's plenty of seating. I was thinking if they're doing something local to the Vegas area, because I think Marty's relatively close to that area, if I recall correctly, right? Because he's coming to your event, yeah?
Yeah. Yes, he is. Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely. So what if he did a LAN party and they just had it in the Octagon? and they had everybody around it like that. That because Dana's certainly not going to tell them no. And that's a good
my
use of
point.
the APEC. Yeah, right. So he just needs to get into touch with Marty. Go reach out to Dana White. I'm sure he probably has your number already through crazy methods. All rich people do that kind of thing.
Well, Marty knows Trump. Trump knows Dana.
There you go.
Invicto facto, whatever. Right. Look, I agree with everything that you're saying, Phoenix, as far as building things. And once again, not to push things any further, but like, look, when events like this happen, whether it's the LAN party, whether it's Sin City, whether it's whatever, you got to show up. Got to show up.
That's what I also said. You have to also I'm getting it. I'm not wagging my finger at anyone. I totally understand it. But for this to work in a perfect world, whatever a independent person on our side produces, it benefits if it is then supported. I can't tell you how many movies I watch from our side. And listen, they're not the best, but I support it, and I'll try my best to like it as much as I possibly can, because I understand how this works. It's going to start small. It's really tiny, but you got to show up. You got to facilitate it. You got to fund it with the aim of not so much this product, but the product 5 years from now. And typically we don't see that. And again, I'm not pointing my finger at anyone, but in a perfect world, that's how you build momentum. It has to be that. You partner with UFC because you know that's an ally. You don't go for anything that you can't 100% control, that you don't know the 100% outcome of. We're done with that, because anything will make them cancel. Literally anything will make them cancel. UFC won't. Try and tell that to Dana White. Dana White will tell you, go fuck yourself. Whatever happens, you're like, no, we're doing this thing.
Right.
That's what it has to be.
What's funny is, apparently people had called HyperX and complained about it, right? And to be clear, people have called the venue that we are doing Sin City at, and they have complained about us being there. And to the Space's credit, which is the venue that we're doing at, they have not said anything, right? They have not said anything to us about canceling or anything like that, which is why, once again, I just encourage everyone, pick up a ticket, come join us, meet us out in Vegas. We got this event coming up. It's about 5 weeks away. We'd love to see you guys there. Look, people say if you build it, they will come. We are doing our best to build it, so please come. Hopefully you guys can make it out there. And look, to be clear, we're not looking to make any money on this thing at all. We're probably going to lose money on the event, but it's just a matter of doing the event. Just do it, and hopefully folks show up for it. And we realize that the timing on it is, in an ideal world, we probably should have done it on a Saturday night to give you guys time to travel in. We understand you probably need to take a day off to come join us if you're traveling in. We get it, right? It's inconvenient. It's on a Friday, not a Saturday. Sorry about that. Wish we could have done it on a Saturday night, but it is what it is, and we're doing our best here. We're going to continue to do our best and continue to build.
And to add to that, again, I think I've mentioned this before. Let's say our event is a success, even if it's not, let's say, a financial success. It's a success in what we output, and people had a great time. Well, then another group on our side may have looked at that event and go, wow, there's a market for this. Yes. Maybe we can do this. And then theirs is just a little bit bigger, and so forth and so on. And then, hey, maybe you have a VTuber convention now that is safe to go to and you actually can go to. So it all builds into something, but we have to start somewhere, and we have to actually do it instead of relying on these external forces that we can never predict. You can predict that we're going to try our best to do something. You can trust that we're going to try and put on a great show. You can trust that we're going to try and make this a jumping off point to do bigger things in the future, right? So find people like us or someone else, whatever, with that same passion to make something, and support it if you can. Even if it's not money, then get the word out. I know times are tough. Totally get it. Yep. I'm not putting this on anybody at all. I get it. I'm just saying, maybe just push it, forward it to somebody that might be interested. Things like that help get us these spaces so we can stop relying on all these factors that we can't control.
Yeah, correct.
And that space is not going to ban you guys for having Jake there.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Yeah, and right, it is expensive, right? 100%. It is meant to be a like I said, we're not making any money on this event. just the rental of the venue costs 10 grand. All right. It's 10 grand to rent the venue. So it costs a shit ton of money to rent the venue, to have production and do all that stuff. So yeah, man, like, and then on top of that, it's the flights out there and the hotels and everything goes along with that. So like, look, it costs a shit ton of money to do these events. That's just it. But the point is, we just got to do them. We just got to do them. Let's build it brick by brick, slowly. Totally understand. So totally get it.